Hello guys, before starting this video, I just want to quickly mention that my life has gotten way more happier than before. I have filmed this video like a week ago, and well, it's still kind of relevant because the steps that I'm going to share here are really important. Like the steps that I'm gonna share here are like it is one of the reasons that I am more happy now, and a lot of worries got out of my head. So yeah, keep watching this video. Even if you think you're confident, you might actually have a lot of things in your head which you don't even know that those are your worries. I'm not telling you to live on the worries, like don't constantly keep thinking that why. Don't do that. Just write down your worries and one step at a time. Take number one of your worry and then try to solve them. Do meditation, know how to solve them. And in this way, I think you can actually get through your worries and actually heal. Okay, let's go a little bit back to understand that. I wrote down my 35 worries. What? I have so many worries. So many worries. Even right now that I'm filming this video, I am still worried. Like, this is something that I haven't really, told myself. Like, all of the time, I was lying to myself that, no, you're the most confident girl ever. And, yeah, that's what people think about me as well. My classmates, everybody think that I'm very confident. Honestly, I have loads of worries. Honestly, even I didn't know that I have so many worries. My mind was always in this clutter. Like every time, I wake up in the morning, I feel like my mind is cluttered. Like one moment, I feel like I know where I'm going. Another moment, I feel like I'm totally messed up. Like my brain is constantly sending impulses everywhere. Like I feel like that I am lost. Like that's what I genuinely feel, honestly. If you guys seen my previous videos, you will know that I'm like a dreamer person. I'm like a dreamer girl. I do dream big, and I do believe I do have my confidence on that, but I have other worries. Like I have so many worries, honestly. And I thought I had 5 to 6 worries and I can name them, but today my mind was just feeling cluttered. Every time I wake up, I get struck with new ideas. Then I get worried. Then I get overwhelmed. Then suddenly I go to Google and some ad comes which looks like a good opportunity for me, so I email them. And then when I go to email, there are junk emails, good emails, bad emails, spam emails, all sorts of emails, and those really overwhelms me. Then I record for YouTube and I have so many video editing stuffs just hanging around in my gallery, and all of these things are just makes me so overwhelmed. So I thought that today, why not I just write down all of my worries or all of my fears in a piece of paper, because whatever is in your head, if you just write it down, maybe you can take it out of your head. So that's what I did. I have this little notebook, okay, and it says depression, and this is a book that it's a notebook, okay, and my dad got it from somewhere. Someone gifted a lot of notebooks to him. So yeah, so I used to do use this notebook as the venting space. Whenever I'm feeling kind of overwhelmed, I used to just take a pen and just draw whatever, and then after that, after all my anger is out, I used to throw it away. But for now, it's a bit different. From today, I thought that why not I just put whatever is worrying me here. So you won't believe it, but I literally got 2 pages. Look, it's literally around 3 pages. Can you see that? So basically, I got 35 worries. Like, I counted, and all of these 35 worries were in my mind yesterday. Can you believe it? And I underestimated myself. I thought that, hey, everybody have worries. Like, I was literally underestimating myself. I thought that I just have 5 to 6 worries. People have thousands of worries. Why am I, you know? But I realized that I'm like really strong. Like, I literally got 35 worries, but I still am living. So actually, I don't have 35 worries only. Maybe there's more in my head, but out of whatever I could have like wrote down, that's what I wrote down. And it actually helped. Like, I think you guys should do it. Like, even if you think you're confident, you might actually have a lot of things in your head which you don't even know that those are your worries. It's like sometimes we feel like that. Like, we have like a lot of stuffs in our head, but we don't even know like that we do have that in our head. And it actually helped me. Like, when I started writing, there are a couple of things that helped here. First of all, because of this writing thing, I found out the exact amount of worries that actually always runs through my head now and then. And I found out there are many. So I got this inner power that, oh, girl, you have 35 worries, but you're still living fine. So you underestimated yourself. So that gives me an inner confidence. Secondly, as I wrote this down, I can work them out one by one, not like cluttered, because before it was cluttered. Like, for example, these days I'm feeling really weak and dizzy. It's because I'm trying to do caloric deficit and stuff like that, but I do feel like dizzy, and I didn't really know why I feel dizzy. But that's not the only problem. I have some other stuff. For example, I always thought that I'm a good voice actor. I'm very confident on that, okay? Like, I'm a singer and my voice is good, and I can do a couple of voice actings as well. So, you know, I needed money for, you know, going or for applying for a cultural exchange program on US, because I wanted to live the youthful life. But the thing is, I needed money for that. And I was wondering, how will I get that money? So that's one of the worries. But then I thought that I can just read audiobooks in like voices.com and stuff like that. And like, that was my thing, that, oh, maybe I can, because they pay like per hour $100, something like that. So I was like, wow, if I can do this quite a lot, it will occur. But you know, I was so confident on that. But when I kind of applied and did some custom auditions, I didn't hear back from any of them. And that is another reason I'm feeling worried. Now I'm like, oh, so that's not gonna work that easily. Like, it's gonna work over time, but I don't have that much time for that. I have to go to the cultural exchange program. So how will I go to the US? And this is another worry that I have. Oh, how will I experience the youth life that I want to experience? How will I do that? Then another worry is this K-pop thing. Like, I'm gonna do audition for K-pop. Not now. I'm gonna improve my singing and my dancing and my overall, like I have lost a lot of weight and I'm gonna lose a little bit more. And then I'm gonna apply. But then I started worrying that I have heard that, you know, YouTube, like, they have a lot of restrictions. So what if it hampers with my, like, what if the YouTube channel that I'm making right now hampers with their contract and all of this other stuff? Like, it's all in my head. Like, I'm like worried about that. And then the next moment I start thinking like, so what if they don't agree with my YouTube channel, or I mean, if they don't allow me to have a YouTube channel, they aren't the right company for me. So F off. I'm gonna just apply for another K-pop company, and I believe in myself, so it will happen. But the next moment I started doubting again, and then I start asking myself that who am I? Why do I think they will? And all of this, like, so many stuffs, all of these are inside my head, you know. So I wrote them down, but the benefit of writing this down is I've already explained one of the benefits. Another benefit is you can try to solve them one by one instead of all of these things cluttering inside your head, and you're like, oh, so this should have this solution, oh, that should have that solution, that should have that solution. In that way, you literally tiring your body and your mind out. So I think this is a really great thing for me, the way that I'm doing it. It is gonna help me quite a lot. And so I recommend this. Like, if you have worries, like, a lot of people think that, oh, we should only think about positive things, and like, if we have a worry, just think like it doesn't exist. But actually, to be really honest, like, I have also followed that, you know, but it didn't work like that. You have to actually prepare for the worries, like, and know how to deal with that. Because, for example, you know, how do I explain? Okay, for example, I live in a country that is, like, it's good, but a lot of people here have a lot of, like, conservative mindsets. My parents are the least strict one among the other people's parents, but still, even that amount of, like, freedom isn't enough. Like, I'm the type of person who likes to be completely free, but my parents are overprotective. They kind of, you know, always, like, I mean, by overprotective, I mean, like, I don't really go out, okay? I'm, like, within my four walls. So that's another of my worry. Like, I want to go hang out, and it's not their fault, actually, because I don't even have friends, because I didn't meet friends yet, I mean, local friends yet, that actually understands me fully. So I kind of slowly, you know, flown away from them. But, so, that's one of my worries. Like, I want to go out. Like, go out means, like, hang out, like, I don't know where, like, maybe a forest or something, but we don't really have that here. And it's people think it's like a, you know, a bit corrupted, like, the country, so people also think it's not really that safe. So we don't really go out or stuff like that. And before, I used to tell myself all the time that, like, I tried to convince myself, which is not true for my case. I used to tell myself that, like, you know, my parents are overprotective, and they sometimes, like, do nagging stuff. So I tried to, like, convince myself that, no, this is not the situation. And I used to, like, tell myself, which is not true, and tell myself stuff like, my parents don't nag, like, they are very free, they are, yeah. And then I used to tell other stuff like, oh, like, the environment is always free, like, telling me the opposite of what is actually here in the case. What's actually the case. But it actually didn't really work, like, because, you know, when, like, sometimes it does work, but a lot of times it just doesn't. Like, you know, sometimes what happens is basically when this starts nagging again, you start, like, to not really accept that, and you start thinking that no, this is not true, and it more messes up with your entire stuff. And then when you start thinking negative, you blame yourself for thinking negative, and all those shit is even more complicated. Instead, if you just write down all your worries and take steps one by one to how to solve them, what happens is you kind of genuinely start believing in that you can actually live good in this situation, or if it's extreme situation, then getting out of the situation. So that's why I think you should write down your worries. You shouldn't stop yourself from writing down your worries. I'm not telling you to live on the worries, like don't constantly keep thinking that why. Don't do that. Just write down your worries, and one step at a time. Take number one of your worry and then try to solve them. Do meditation, know how to solve them. And in this way, I think you can actually get through your worries and actually heal. And I haven't even started knowing how to get rid of my first worry, but I'm gonna go through this. But the act of me writing this entire thing down is already good enough for me, okay? That's why I'm making this video, telling you that, yeah, you should do this too, and it's gonna help you. Trust me. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye! Hello, I'm back. It's been a couple of days that, I filmed the previous video. If you watched it, till the end, you deserve this video as well. I want to update. I think out of the 35 worries, I kind of solved 5 or 6 of those worries. Those were really, really simple worries, but even those getting out of my head was really, really helpful for me. I was wondering, bruh, what? But that really helps. I'm gonna keep writing those worries and then solving them. It really helps. It gets stuff out of your head. So yeah, that's the update. Yeah, it's not that all of my worries are gone. It's not like that. It's gonna take time, but a lot of worries did. So that's a progress, babe. Bye bye.